Your car guy. So you've had a bad day and you broke your mirror on your vehicle. In this case, this is a 2008 Toyota Sienna. Maybe you got a little too close to something, you ended up cracking the glass, breaking the mirror. Here's the good news. It's not that expensive and it's not that difficult to fix. You can get your new mirror on eBay or Amazon. This one came from Amazon. This is a power and heated mirror replacement. You'll notice that on this vehicle, the color, it's black, it's not body painted, so I don't have any paint work to do. And it's really gonna be very easy to change out. So nothing too difficult. We've got these 3 mounting bolts, but to get to them, we gotta do a little bit of work, not much. Okay, to get this apart, we have a few things we've gotta do. We need to remove this cover here. And to do that, it has a plastic rivet at the top, back behind it. And so you'll want to reach behind and pry out, and then it'll just fall off like that. But you can see it just fell down, but it just had that hook holding it at the bottom and the plastic rivet at the top. Now we need to get the door panel off. There is a screw hidden behind this, and there's a little panel here that we need to pull off. In order to pull that panel off, if you open up the door handle a little bit and just pry behind right here at the back and pop that out, now we can see our screw that's mounted right there, and we'll take it out. But wait, there's more. We have these 2 screws that are gonna need to come out right here. This one will release the switch panel here. We'll get it out of the way. We will pry under the back of this panel and just pop it up out of the little clips that are holding it in place. Once you hear it pop up, now this panel lifts up and it's gonna slide back slightly as we come up and release that tab at the front. Now we've got these 3 screws that have to be taken out in order to remove this cover. With those 3 screws removed, we just lift that cover out of our way, and you'll see we have one more screw right here holding the bracket in place that we will just unscrew here. Okay, we've got one more bit to pull out, and that's this plastic rivet here that has a Phillips head. You can just gently unscrew the center of it with your screwdriver. That'll relieve the tension, and then you can just pop this whole bit right out. Now the door panel isn't exactly loose, but it's ready to come off. There are plastic rivets around the inside of the door panel. I got the switch cover hanging there. We can unplug it and get it out of our way, but it's not really necessary. It's not heavy enough to cause any real damage to those wires. So the next step would be to either take and go in and pry our rivets, or you can grab firmly here on the bottom of the door. If you grab firmly and make sure that door is held, you can pull that out. Now the door is loose, and you can simply lift it up off of the windowsill here. And now we have enough room to work with in order, make sure I got one more rivet there. Last rivet's out. Now we have enough room to work with. We can simply unplug our wiring harness here, which has a tab right there that you'll push, that little tab right there, and then you unplug. I'm trying to do that one-handed. Once it's pushed, you unplug that wiring harness right there, take off your 3 nuts, and remove the mirror. You can take these out with either a 10mm socket. You will need at least a semi-deep well, or you can use a wrench. These shouldn't be really tight. Once you get the nuts broke loose, you should be able to pretty much take them off with your fingers. All right, we got our nuts off. You'll notice the mirror is still hanging on. There is a seal where it mounts from the outside of the body so that moisture and such doesn't get in. And you'll have to break that seal loose. So it'll take a little bit of working, and you can just push up and down on the mirror to break it loose and then slide it out from the outside. But odds are it's not gonna fall to the ground on you. You're just gonna lift it, pull it right out. We got our new mirror here, and I'm working one-handed so I can show you how to do this. Well, first thing we're gonna do is thread the electrical cable right through that hole right there, and make sure when we thread it in, we don't want it to pinch at all. Going through the door, work our mirror into place, and then you'll just line up your 3 bolt holes and slide your mirror back into place. If I can line them up here. All right, there we go. The mirror's in place. Now, I want to get a nut on there to hold it while I tighten them up and make sure that everything fits. With my nuts just finger tight, I want to go ahead and connect my electrical connector, and I want to verify that the mirror works before I put everything back together. So I'll just put my key in and verify that the power mirror is working, and then I'll put my door panel back in place. All right, watch closely. Don't mind the trash in the background. See how the mirror power, it is working in each direction. So we're good. Now we can tighten up our nuts, and then we can put our door panel back. We've got our nuts tight. We've tested our mirror. Now we can put our door panel back in place. We'll simply lift it up, get it over this lip here at the top, get that down into place. And now we'll be able to go around, and where all these plastic clips are, simply push it into place, and you'll hear it lock in. You'll be able to feel it lock in, and we make sure everything is locked back into place. Now we can reinstall our mounting screw right here. Phillips screwdriver right behind the armrest, and tighten that up. We can also reinstall our screw that runs right inside of our door handle, and we'll tighten it up as well with a Phillips screw. With the door handle tightened back up, we can put our little cover that goes back in behind the door handle in place. You'll see that it's just got some tabs that lock it in. So we'll pull our door handle out to get access, and then slide our plate back in. Slide it back in, press it into place, it's latched, we're good. Next, we can go ahead and reinstall our plastic rivet here in the back. Plastic rivet is simply going to press into place, and believe it or not, you can just shove that in, you don't have to use a screwdriver. With the rivet in place, we'll now put back our cover that goes right across this inside of our door handle. We'll reinstall the 3 screws that mount that into place. With that cover back in place underneath there, now to install our switch panel, we'll just slide it under at the front here. So you see there's that clip, needs to go underneath and down. Then we can push this down into place, and it will lock in, and then we'll reinstall our screw that goes right underneath that here. Screw back in place. Next, we'll put our cover back on up here at the mirror. You'll see that there's that hook, goes inside that square there, and then the plastic rivet, try to get you a view, has a hole right there it goes into and snaps into place. And that's it, the job is done. We've changed out the mirror. It really didn't take any time at all. And we have a good working mirror again, and it was only about $50 on Amazon. And that's it. We have fixed the broken mirror with about $50 in parts. It took about 30 minutes total is what it should take you. All you really need is something to pry with, like a flathead screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver, a 10mm medium deep well socket, or a 10mm wrench, and you can do this job. Just follow the instructions, you'll get through it. Good news, this works for both sides. It's the exact same process, so nothing special to replace the passenger side mirror versus the driver's side mirror. Yeah, we got a little bit of different color on our black here, but we could put some Armor All or something on that and that'd end up matching. But now it's like it never happened. So your little boo-boo really wasn't that bad. It's not the end of the world. This is your car guy. Please like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. And hey, if I've saved you some money, you can always give me a super thanks.